What's going on, you guys? James from the Research Revolution. Alright, this took me a while because I had to find a photo editor that would go landscape view. What I'm doing here is the Santa Rosa fire. I want to point out some anomalies that just do not make sense whatsoever. Alright, so bear with me. This is the first time I've downloaded this U-Doodle. And other than, well, nothing can be perfect. I would like it to do things that, whatever. But, alright. So, for this right here, I just wanted to draw on a stupid picture. Let's go ahead and let's notice these trees right here that are surrounding this entire frickin' building. I mean, these are all trees that are left. Look. How in the world did a fire, say if it was a spark or it jumped whatever, it could jump concrete, and it does. But how did it jump concrete and only penetrate these buildings? It looks like these were intentionally targeted because you have trees all around. Look at, you have these trees here. Hold on, let me on this one over here. Let's go on this one over here. Let's make this big. Look at all of these trees. What the hell is going on here? Look at even these little ones. None of them are burned. None of them are burned. So, well, I don't want to do that. Alright, let's go back down here. Let's get rid of all that. So this is the Santa Rosa. Nope. Gotta use two fingers. So this is the Santa Rosa fire. And just tell me how this fire got in here and did this much damage. I mean, literally, it melted these buildings down. I mean, it just completely incinerated these buildings. How did it do this with the trees all surrounding this place? You're telling me the heat from this fire was so intense that it burned these things down to the structure. I mean, the structure is all the way burned down. All that's left is this corner right here. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 trees directly surrounding the property, not to mention all these on the peripheral. And you're telling me that this was just a regular fire. There were some people that, and these are people that probably were inserted in because they know that truth is spread big time on YouTube. So I don't get thrown off by a couple people coming and inserting themselves, because I see it on a whole bunch of truth channels. So I would expect people that are actually looking for themselves and trying to decipher what is true to notice that. But I mean, I don't understand how anybody could say, I would really like, because I'm not a professional firefighter, but this doesn't seem logical to me. And there's a lot of people, and I don't see any firefighters that are coming out and saying that this is logical. In fact, I see the opposite. I do see some firefighters that saying this, there's a lot of anomalies in this fire. So, once again, let's take this structure. One of these is McDonald's. Alright, so you have right here, you have it completely burned down to the ground. There's the car right there. And completely charred, burned to the ground. Right? And then right outside, you have this tree. You have these trees. You have none of them are burned. this one over here. How would you have such an intense fire that is so very hot, right? And then you would have these trees that are right next to it. Now, if you look at this entire picture, I mean, the one that really stood out to me was this one. How in the world, this is literally surrounded by trees, and they're not burned. You have this fire. How did a fire get so targeted? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. How did the fire just strike this area and not radiate out? How did it not radiate out into these trees? If this fire was so intense, how did it get here? It would have to be way stronger than a spark. Do we agree on that? That it would have to be stronger. I mean, what? Just some spark all of a sudden caught a McDonald's on fire and all these buildings on fire and then burned them to the ground? You would have to have something way more than a spark. You would have to have something that would ignite these buildings on fire and burn them to the ground. Correct? Well, if that's the case, then how did it go right there and target that building, but not target this, or this, or this, or any of this, or this, or this, or that? You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
So, how hot can it be? And this igloo cooler and the plastic trash can are not melted. The paper is not burned either on the ground. So what is that color? And another weird thing about this, right across the street over here is Burger King. And inside they're flipping burgers, cooking burgers for the firefighters, not serving to the customers. And then the building across the street was missing. It's just a weird sight. Now this van is also interesting. That you get all this something looks like it's on fire. Weird fires there. This van down here has a fire on the side of it. What's burning? And if you say falling debris that was on fire hit these vehicles, why didn't it hit anything else? And how's it under the vehicle? It's just very strange.
What are you doing?
That is nuts. That is the craziest I've ever seen. It's hollowed out the tree. Look at that. Dude, I want to get out. Whoa.
And this is what we find on a piece of property today. Burning from the inside out. And I mean the whole inside of the tree is burning. From the ground all the way up.